What's going on, guys? Welcome to Stack That Gold. On today's episode, I'm going to be explaining why you should not be purchasing pre-1933 American gold coins at this time. So, American gold coins pre-1933 are highly collectible, and over the past couple years since the pandemic have gone up significantly in value. They are one of the most collectible coins not only in the US but around the world. So then why would I recommend not purchasing any pre-33 gold at this time? Let me explain. Ever since the pandemic hit, prices of collectibles in general, such as coins, trading cards, and other memorabilia, have gone up dramatically. This is due to hobbies such as collecting being an activity people can do from the comfort of their own home. This has led to a massive resurgence in coin collecting, specifically in general, which has translated into higher prices and higher premiums for coins. Yes, it's true, since the pandemic started, the price of gold and other precious metals has significantly gone up, but the overall demand as well has gone up, which cannot be explained by the overall increase in prices. So to prove this point, I have 3 coins here. Now, my first example is a coin that I received about 5 years ago in exchange for approximately $1,000 worth of trade. And currently, on PCGS's website, this coin's value is approximately $2,400. Now, the price of gold has gone up since 5 years ago, and the spot price, there's a little bit less than 1 ounce of gold, so it's approximately $1,800 worth of gold in this coin. So the price over spot is significant, to say the least. And I have another example here of a coin that I probably purchased approximately 6 months ago. Now, this coin was purchased for approximately, I would say, $1,975. And according to the latest PCGS price, although it is an NGC coin, it is comparable. This coin would be worth approximately $2,500. Now, the price of this coin has gone up dramatically in the past 6 months' time. I have a third example here to show. This is another $20 double eagle that I purchased for approximately $2,200 maybe 3 to 4 months ago. Now, when we look up the price I have opened here on PCGS's price history, we see that the current price for this coin is worth $3,000. Now, I normally don't use graphics or any other instruments to make a point, but in this case, I felt it relevant to show PCGS's website as far as making a case in point. Now, as you can see here, this is a historic price over the last 5 years. If I change it, we have information dating back to 1980. Now, as you could see, over the past approximate 40-year history, we have highs and lows of coin values. Now, if we look over the past couple years since the pandemic, and we see here in February of 2020, this coin was only worth $1,750. Currently, it is worth $3,000. We had a peak high the end of last year for over $3,200. So, to prove my point, right now the market is oversaturated and the demand is a lot greater than it normally would be if it wasn't for COVID. Now, you could see here these historic prices occurred back in 1986 and 1987, 88, all the way through 89. What happened during this time frame, 1986 was actually the first year that PCGS started grading coins, followed by NGC a year later. So what this did to the market is kind of what, if you could make a comparison to what happened with crypto when it kind of blew up a few years ago. So basically, the market for graded coins became extremely popular and was often traded like a commodity at financial institutions during the mid to late 80s. Now, a lot of these coins at this time had been graded by unscrupulous dealers, giving higher grades to coins than they actually were, and having professionals who have years of experience in grading and kind of formalizing the grading process to some extent provided a let's consider it a tradable asset. Now, a lot of these hedge funds and other financial institutions at this time in the 80s were offering services to buy and sell pre-1933 gold coins, almost like you were to trade a commodity such as gold or silver. It was basically considered a commodity at this time. Now, what led to the sharp decline, as you could see here, by the early 90s was the oversaturation of this market, and the oversupply and over demand had somewhat peaked. And if we look at the historic price of gold during this time, we can see that gold actually did somewhat go down in value from 1987 all the way to early 90s here, and remained relatively stable throughout the 90s. Now, going back here to this graph, we see that the price of precious metals dramatically increased in 2009. We could also see that here. We could see it went from 869 to 1087 to 1400 to 1531. So you get the picture. During this time, there was a lot of economic uncertainty. We had the subprime mortgage crisis. We had massive unemployment. We had a lot of things going on at this time that led to the price of gold and gold bullion, or pre-33 gold, going up. So as you can see, there is a correlation with the price of gold going up and the price of collectible pre-1933 gold going up as well. At this time, currently, you can see it's at a high point. Now, it looks like it's going down a bit, and from the latest news that I've been reading, gold is anticipated to go down this year. Now, whether this is true or not, I do not know. However, I do feel that the price of these pre 33 gold coins will significantly go down as things start to return to a new normal. And possibly, if inflation does occur, the price of these coins might go up a little bit, but I have a feeling that the market has probably plateaued the end of this year, and it looks like there might be a downward pressure on prices to decrease in the near future. That is why I am hesitant to say to buy pre 1933 gold at this time based on these historic charts. That is just my opinion. You do not have to agree, but based on where the price of these coins are at now, I feel they would not be a good purchase at this time. That's the end of this episode. I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe, and always stack that gold.